know about Wong Kar Wai? Wong Kar Wai.
Did I call him Wong or Juan?
I don't know.
Alright, so. You should probably hold the box set because I got the up arm. So, what do you know about Wong Kar Wai? I know he directed Chungking Express, I think. That's how you say it. I'd have to look at it. And that was on my watch list, and Criterion put out a big box set. That's his... And he's from Hong Kong. That's pretty much all I know. When Criterion announced it, I was like pretty excited because I like the idea of getting these box sets of just one director and kind of diving into them. You got it though during the Criterion sale, so loopholed a little bit. It's a wacky box set. It's a really wacky design on how it is. So the idea for this video, this is going to be a pretty relaxed video. Me and her, my wife, are going to dive through Wong Kar Wai's filmography in this box set. We're going to go in chronological order from when he released it to the most recent that's in this set. We're going to watch the movie, and then afterwards, we're just going to kind of talk about it for a little bit, and then move into the next one. Got anything to add to it? So this is going to be a long journey for us. It could be a long video, but it's hard to tell. So we're going to jump into... I probably should have looked to see what the first movie was before we started this. If you want to try to unfurl this thing. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Like... Okay, so if you grab it... As Tears Go By is our first one. So we're going to jump into As Tears Go By, and we'll see you back after the movie. Okay, so we just finished As Tears Go By from 1988. Our first dive into Wong Kar Wai, which I think I was calling him Wong Kar Wai earlier. I'm not sure, but what did you think? What was your thoughts?
Only God Forgives and Drive, which I was talking about that during the movie, and what I got was just pops of color set, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good for the
I definitely feel like, I don't know if Refn has ever said it, but I definitely feel like Wong Kar Wai could have been an inspiration for Refn, because I kind of got a lot of Refn's visual style, and just in this first movie, there, like you said, there's a lot of use of like neon signs and like, what's shaking, bacon? What's up? Welcome back. Some more Magic the Gathering. What's going on, Pigeon? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back. Some more Magic the Gathering. Today we have a flicker deck, 4-color flicker. Very loose into the 4 colors, more Naya-y, but we have a single of Cast Down in here. This was suggested by user-he1noahz7m, also known as Mike. I'm not entirely sure what the last name of that person is, but there'll be a link in the description down below. Speaking of bad movies, did you see Tone Deaf Clinic? It's an Asian movie about someone who can't sing. She does so anyway, and it's like a 2-hour movie. What? No. What's up, Raging Bull? I gotta look this up. But anyway, so this was a deck that was okay, this looks fun. Voice actress Dong Zhou has a terrible weakness. She sings horribly, yet in an effort to win the heart of her old school crush, she agrees to sing solo in a wedding. It falls on voice coach Chen Hong to help her or die trying. All right, I'm in. Son of a bitch, I'm in. Anyway, so So what we got going on here? Well, we have a bunch of things we flick to repeat value. Our land base is pretty simple. 6 forest, 10. Aw, there goes a doe and her little baby. Her little baby fawn with her. What's up, Pigeon? Thanks for joining, becoming a member. I super appreciate it. There will be a link in the community tab on my YouTube page that should direct you to the Discord. Please let me know if you get in. There you go. Got my paycheck. I super appreciate that. If you, excuse me, if you go to the community tab on my page, it should give you a link to the Discord. Please let me know if you get in. I originally thought I would be able to like direct message you and take you like straight to it, but that wasn't how I guess YouTube was going to let it work. So I found I could post a members only community post for the Discord link. So hopefully it gets you there. Mimico, we'll talk about Donnie Darko here in a second. Let me go through the deck tech first, and then we'll jump into Donnie Darko. 6 forests, 10 plains, 4 thriving heath, and 3 navigator compass are going to be our mana curve cards to cast our red and black cards. We also have ways to flick everything. So let's talk about our cards we're going to flick, and then we're going to talk about our flick cards. So we have 3 Navigator's Compass, enters in a battlefield to gain 3 life. You can tap it, target land becomes basic land type of your choice. Again, this card has been awesome in the past to curve things out. We have 4 Abundant Growths that when it enters the battlefield, chant land to tap it, to tap for any color of your choice, and it draws a card, so we can flick that as well. We also have Azorius Arrestor. When it enters the battlefield, detain target creature an opponent controls until your next turn. That creature can't attack or block, and his activated abilities can't be activated. So a pretty good target to flick. We also have Dawnbringer's Cleric that you get to choose when it enters battlefield, either gain 2 life, destroy target enchantment, or exile card from the graveyard. So just an all-star card on its own. We also have Lone Missionary that when it enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. We also have Dustshell Crawler, which is a really cool card I'm excited to play, that when it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it has trample. And we have Ardent Elementalist, which is when it enters the battlefield, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. That is like our cards we're going to be targeting to flick. So how are we flicking these cards? Well, we have a 3 of Ephemerate. It's hard for me to even say that. I hate this card, but it's very, very powerful. Ephemerate, we have 3 of them. We have 4 Aviary Mechanic, which is basically the exact same effect as Core Skyfisher for the same cost as a 2/2. And then we also have Core Skyfisher, which enters battlefield, return target permanent to your owner's hand. It's a 2/3 flyer, so it's just a better version, right? Then we also have Dawn Charm, a 1 of Dawn Charm that is pretty much a little bit of everything. This isn't quite a flick spell, but it is a prevent all combat damage, regenerate, and a counter target spell that targets you. So it does a little bit of everything, but the regenerate could be a pseudo flicker-ish. And then the rest of our cards are just utility cards. We have 1 Cast Down, 1 Lava Coil, 1 Safe Passage, and then we also have 2 Last Breath, which I don't know how I feel about this card, honestly. But we'll see. And then 3 Reinforcements. Put up to 3 target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library. So to kind of recycle some of our critters. That's kind of our main deck. Over here in the sideboard, we have 3 Dust to Dusts, 3 Into Festivities, 3 Moments Peace, 3 Prismatic Strands, and 3 Red Elemental Blasts. Just the good Naya sideboard. And that's what we got going on in our deck. Let's get in some games. We'll talk about Donnie Darko. Let me get caught up on chat as well. What are we looking for? Flicker F. There's too many decks. What a great problem to have. There it is. Okay, I kind of want to know your opinion on Donnie Darko. Have you ever talked about it before? Usually people say it's the best movie ever made or the worst. Also an exaggeration. I don't think I've ever actually like talked about Donnie Darko other than years ago when I did a complete Blu-ray collection video on my movie channel. This hand is pretty bad. I like it. Ooh, this is also bad. I like it, but I'm not like in love with it. This is also really bad. Holy crap. I'm gonna keep this. Let's bottom man, go to bottom 2. Bottom 1 ephemerate and 1 dust shell crawler. Try like that. I like it. Land. Like it's a solid like 7 out of 10 for me. It's been a long time since I've watched it. Last time I watched it I was in college. So it's been a long time. I do have it on Blu-ray, so I could rewatch it at some point. I've never had much of a desire to rewatch it, but I'm not against rewatching it. You know what I mean? So eventually I'll rewatch it, but from what I can remember, let's just pick red. From what I can remember, I liked it. I just like 7 out of 10. I think it's pretty good. The director went on to direct Southland Tales, and that kind of ruined his career, which I think Southland Tales is a little underrated, maybe. I like Southland Tales a little bit. Miko, is it a movie? What do you think about it? Might of Old Carosa. We're gonna just die here. Morning, Darius. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Donnie Darko's masterpiece, in my opinion. IDK about it being the best movie ever made, but I watched it several times. And I still find it excellent. Yeah, like I liked it a lot. Like I said, I would like to. I should just rewatch it at some point. It's been such a long time. Probably gonna die to mono-green infect here. I like it. It's nowhere near my top of the list, but it's a fine movie. That's kind of how I feel about it. Like I like it, but it's just kind of a fine movie. Is this a turn 2 kill? Yep. Turn 2 kill. Pretty good, opponent. Let's bring in these moments piece and these prismatic strands. Let's go down. How do we go down? Kind of like all these cards. We can go down Dawnbringer's Cleric here, and we can go down probably the reinforcements, I would say. I don't like that. Good morning. Good morning, wifey. I like the real life based aspect. For me, it is indeed a masterpiece, but it isn't the best either. Oh my god, what is with these lands? All right. Keep this. Bottom you. Lead you on green so we can activate Abundant Growth to activate Cast Down. Let's hope we don't die on turn 2 again. All right, tap for green, add you. Safe passage. All right. But yeah, I like I like Donnie Darko. I haven't watched this sequel, S Darko. I've never watched it. I've heard horrible things about it, but I found it at Dollar Tree, so I was like, I'm just gonna add it to the list. Realized how good of a card Crawler was. Yeah, it seems pretty good. Are we just dead here again? Did they just turn to us again? It'd be crazy. Okay, we're not dead again. All right, we have a few turns to just recycle. Don't watch it, it sucks. I will eventually, just because I bought it, but I've heard horrible things. I like the rabbit costume a lot from Donnie Darko. It's pretty iconic. Might of Old Carosa. Prismatic strands. Let's detain this Glistener Elf, potentially. Thanks, Skin Veil. Damn, I wish we had one more land. Yeah, too bad we don't have one more land for that. We might have got rid of their protection spell, though. Flashback, Prismatic Strands. Protection from green. Let's get an untap land here. Actually, I don't even think we untap land here. Well, I mean, let's get more land for one, but... I think they'll block. Because they have regenerate. All right. Yeah, trying to see how this deck works. But also, Pigeon, I do super appreciate the membership. Which I'll throw out the call to actions. If you want to consider becoming a member, it's $1 a month. There's a link in the description to become a member. You get custom emotes, your name, and a ticker tape before and after the stream. And then you also... Safe passage. You also get access to the community Discord where Darius and Raging Bull have been dumping some awesome, super spicy deck lists that we'll get to eventually. And White Lotus has been dumping. I think they've only got one so far, but it's been a fun. It's been a fun go at it for sure. So I think we're just dead here now. So we don't have enough mana. All right. Got wrecked by Infect there. Yeah, Donnie Darko, though, is pretty cool. I need to rewatch it. Has anybody seen Southland Tales, though? It's by the same director. I actually kind of like Southland Tales, no lie. We have like 20 mana. Why is the mana so weird? Right? Yeah, we have 20 mana. Why are we like just not drawing lands today? Pick you. What one are you? Okay. I think all we have is Thriving Heath. Infern Wreck Dead. 20 lands. It's a new 16. Apparently, holy crap. Southland Tales? Yeah, Southland Tales is hilarious. I honestly was surprised by how cheap it is, considering that you make a lot of content. And the guys here are pretty chill, so you're welcome. Yeah, I figured $1. I originally had like a $20 like run deck through a league, but I figured that would just be easier to do through Super Chat rather than like have a whole membership set up for it. I figured like just be easier around the board for that. Never heard of it. It's got Dwayne The Walk Johnson in it, and like a super early Dwayne The Walk Johnson rule. Sean William Scott's in it. Justin Timberlake's in it. Oh, come on. What is up with this mana base? Dude, really? Let me grab it real quick. I got it. I got the Arrow release. Arrow did a really cool release of it. It's this movie. I've also got Sarah Michelle Gellar in it. Oh, finally a land. I think we just play Core Skyfisher and flick the Abundant Growth to try to draw more cards. Oh, so many famous faces. I never watched it. I should. Okay, so first off, it's super long. It's like not far off of 3 hours, and it's not it's not like the best movie, but I will say it flew by for 3 hours. Um, the Arrow version comes with this pretty cool like little book. Oh, little book and stuff. Just me being a nerd over here. But it comes with 2 cuts. If you get the Arrow release, it comes with the theatrical cut and the Cannes cut, and the Cannes cut's the longer like director's cut. I've only seen the theatrical cut. But honestly, for a movie that's like an hour, the theatrical cut is an hour and 45 minutes. It moves by pretty quick. It's a little incoherent, and from what I understand, there's a comic book that I'm just gonna block here. It's from a comic book that they got like a pump spell. Okay. But I found it to be kind of enjoyable. It's not like the best movie, like I said, but it's not horrendously bad either. Hopefully this 3 hour movie not gonna make me sleep like the God. What? The Godfather made you sleep? What? That's crazy to me. That's like one of my favorite movies, like of all time. Damn it! I was really hoping to get another land here. Well, let's just try to get another land here. Dude, what is happening with this? Where are all of our lands? Too slow for me, man. Oh, I love The Godfather. Godfather Part 1 and Part 2 are both 10 out of 10s for me. I love those like gangster mobster movies though. Like crime dramas and stuff. Those are like my favorite type of movies. Wouldn't Journey to Nowhere fit in great in this list? Yeah, probably. Like probably a lot. I just want to know like what the deal with the mana is, like why we're not just drawing mana. Like most of this deck is like 2 or less. What's my favorite movie? I don't know. That changes a lot. Um why? Alright, what do I want to do here then? I can play Core Skyfisher, blank the Abundant Growth again to try to draw a card. I could just Aviary Mechanic, because it's not as good to blank the Abundant Growth to try to draw a card. I could Dust Shell Crawler, put a +1/+1 counter on it, make a 1/4. I'll answer that question in a second. I'm really just trying to think of what I'm doing here. Play the Mechanic, bounce the Abundant Growth. Oh. It's also worth noting that Aviary Mechanic's ability is a May ability. I'm just going to pass, and I'm going to ditch this Navigator's Compass V2. They're going to Ephemerate. Yep. But I don't know. For me, like, I really like the movie Bronson with Tom Hardy. That was like one of the first movies that made me look at film outside of just being entertainment, but also as like pieces of art. And it was kind of the film that springboarded me into my super interest in film and filmmaking. So that one I've always considered as one of my favorites. I also think the movie is just entertaining as hell. Also a big fan of Goodfellas. Goodfellas is a regular watch for me. Also a huge fan of the original Star Wars trilogy, especially A New Hope. New Hope's my favorite of those. Also a big fan of the original Planet of the Apes and Blade Runner. Huge fan of Fox and the Hound, Hardcore Henry. Black Snake Moan is really, really great. Yeah, I don't know. There's a ton of movies I absolutely love. for a litany of reasons. But yeah, those are like some of my favorites I watch on a pretty regular basis. Huge fan of Tucker and Dale versus Evil and The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Both of those are like big like pick me up cards. Let's see if they have another ephemerate here. Shutter Island's great too, though. I'm a huge fan of Martin Scorsese. Tucker and Dale's good. Yeah, I have this really sick steelbook for Tucker and Dale. Original Blade Runner. I like the 2049 Blade Runner too, almost as equal. I think they're both fantastic sci-fi films, but I love the original Blade Runner. You could probably just start putting this dust shell crawler down and start flicking stuff. Like, start flicking it. I would like just one more land. Come on, baby. Give me that fourth land. Damn it. Alright. Well, I could just flick the abundant growth and replay the abundant growth. Trying to find that fourth land, I think, is probably what we want to do. We have a decent board. Make you a forest. Like 12 Monkeys. Yeah, 12 Monkeys I would like to rewatch. I watched it a long time ago in college. And I remember liking it, but I was also kind of like a little disappointed in it because I was like, man, everybody says this is awesome. I love Terry Gilliam. And like I was just like, there's other films of his I liked even more and stuff. But I also watched it, you know, back in college, so it was a long time ago. But I do remember liking it. Like it's a good 7 out of 10. I was hoping it'd be like an 8 or a 9 though. But I would like to rewatch it. Arrow put out a really cool 4K version of it. I just haven't got it because I have the original Blu-ray. Which I don't know if it's on a shelf or if I put it in one of the binders because I ran out of shelf space, so some movies got put into a binder. I get screwed if I don't run 22 lands IDKY, but it's my go-to lately for staying on turn 5 curve. Yeah, I'm used to playing like standard and modern where you play like 24 lands, especially like standard. I remember playing 26 lands in a standard Eldrazi list that I was running. At one point, it was like a Bant Eldrazi list. I remember running like 26 lands. We don't have any board wipers in the main, which kind of sucks. You have cast down apparently. All right. I think it's time to start pumping stuff here. Potentially. Tygo, I don't know how to say that last name, just uploaded a really sweet blue-red Solfatera pile. I'll have to look that up. I don't know what that is. Let me pull up the YouTube real quick. But yeah, there's a lot of movies I really, really love. But yeah, some of those are my favorites. And subscribe. So I'll check that out later. Like, do I want to score Skyfisher here? I think I do, just because of Ephemerate. I haven't seen the video yet, but I got the notification, Pascal. Solfatera is a 3 CMC that says target player can't play a land this turn. Draw a card. What? Okay. That seems really rude. That seems like a really rude thing to do. Um, what happens if I just attack with a 3-3? Predestination is a great movie too. I loved it when I watched it. That's been on my watch list literally since it came out in theaters. We didn't get it anywhere near me where I live in theaters, and I literally have just never come across the Blu-ray or anything in person. So I've been waiting for a long time for that to appear to get. But I do want to see that. I've heard great things about it. Anyway, so many good ones. There's a ton of good movies. Ones I watch on a pretty like that's been on a cycle like once a year, like Old Boy, the Korean Old Boy. I think it's like 2003. I've watched that a ton. You should watch it. It's amazing. Like I said, I'm trying to find it. I could probably get it, like find it on streaming, I'm sure, but I would like to find it in physical. Um, Probably just gonna Dawnbringer's Cleric, that spirited companion next turn, and then we have Cast Down. I'll just try to start cleaning up the overseers. But yeah, like Old Boy, we watch a bunch. We've watched a bunch anyway. Also watched Park Chan Wook is amazing. Huge Park Chan Wook fan. I need to watch more of his films. I've not watched enough of his stuff. There's a lot of his stuff I still need to get to. Makes me think maybe they don't have Ephemerate in hand right now. Let's just try to lava coil this. Let's see if they've got it. They must have it. Nope. Cool. Back you for 3. Old Boy is great. Wouldn't rewatch it soon though. It's kind of dark, but a very good one. I think when I got together with my wife, she had never seen it. What is this? Snuff Out Hard Cash. Womp womp. She had never seen it, so we watched it, and yeah, I think we've watched it like once a year since then. We've watched it several times. I love it. It's such a good movie. It's super inspiring. There's a film, a Polish film called Ida, that I'm a huge fan of. I've seen it multiple times. It's one of my favorites in terms of cinematography, in terms of like visual presence. It's one of my favorite films in that sense that I'd super recommend. It's also a great movie. It's a great story of like a coming of age story. Arrestor. Let's just Dust Shell Crawler again on this mechanic, and then we have Dawn Charm to regenerate if we wanted to. Where's our Ephemerates? Hardcore Henry, I've watched pretty much once or twice a year since it came out in theaters. It's one of my favorite action movies ever made. Speaking of action, also love the John Wick movies. All 4 of them I think is really good. Gotcha. Because then we can flick the Dust Shell Crawler again. Nice, it hits them hard. That's what I'm hoping for. It can't be regenerated? Why? Oh. Always forget about that bottom text on Snuff. Dang it. Okay, I have something against super action movies. Not really my cup of tea, but I see the appealing parts. Yeah, no, I get it. If that's not your genre. It's not really your genre. I like some action movies, and those are the ones I really like. It's like Hardcore Henry. The Raid movies are also great. Sorry, another test today. How are we doing? Well, we got just mangled by Infect. They had a turn 2 or turn 3 kill. I think it was turn 2, but it might have been turn 3. I can't remember. But yeah, we got mangled by Infect. This match has been pretty like back and forth. I feel like they're definitely up on board, but I think we have a decent hand. We just got to get there with it. Might just try to Azorius Arrestor here and arrest the Inspiring Overseer and then try to cast down in response to it. Might be what we do. Reinforcements is kind of cool. I'm going to lead on the Arrestor here. Let's see if they have... Match 1 was less than 5 minutes. Yeah. Kinda. Love Arrestor. It's just abundant growth here. Try to draw another land. We've drawn a bunch of cards, just not much of them have been lands. Because I would like to get another land before we try to reinforcements. Awesome. Okay. So we could cast down the Overseer eventually. I don't see a reason not to get in with like one of the Dawnbringer clerics. All right. Let's just cast down it. I should rewatch I'm a Cyborg, but that's okay. I was more into the extreme horror movies when I watched it, so I want to see it again. More Open Chain Wook's other work. Yeah, that one's been on my watch list for a long time. Does it work? V Burn? Yeah, that's one that's been on my watch list. I also have Bong Joon-ho's one of his earliest films, Barking Dogs Never Bite, I think is what it's called. I found it half price books and I've been meaning to get to that one to watch it. But yeah, it's pretty good. Having a kid means appreciating the horror of Sesame Street and Daniel Tiger, etc. That reminds me, have anybody seen Meet the Feebles, which is by Peter Jackson? It's a like Sesame Street-esque it's like a Sesame Street-esque kind of movie. It's pretty wild. I'm gonna play the Dust Shell Crawler, put a +1/+1 counter on probably Dawnbringer's Cleric, maybe. It's like Fraggle Rock. I think so. I've never seen Fraggle Rock though, but I want to. Dang, I was hoping it would be good versus Infect / Kale stuff. It might be if you get it early enough. I never... Alright. Attack you with Dawnbringer's Cleric. I love our community, right? All of his other work is great in my opinion. He's a Brain Dead fan. So I haven't seen Brain Dead or Bad Taste yet. Those are some of his earlier films I haven't seen yet, but I haven't found them in person. Like I haven't found them in store, so I'm still looking for them. but I'd like to watch them at some point. I've heard great things about them. I know, shame me. That's fine. I've at least seen Lord of the Rings, King Kong, and the Hobbit movies. Okay, like I'm not completely out of the loop. We're gonna reinforcements here. Pick up our two core Skyfishers and probably one of the mechanics. Here, that's probably what we're gonna do. This is gonna be a long game. This has already been a long game. This has been game 1, by the way. And I haven't scooped because I don't feel like we're out of it. You know what I mean? Our opponent's running out of stuff to do, and we're gonna start drawing a bunch of great cards. Core Skyfisher, Aviator Mechanics, Core Skyfisher. Thought I did. You, and you. It's cool you get to order them too. For Skyfisher, Flick, Dust Shell Crawler, Dust Shell Crawler, counter on Core Skyfisher. Get in for 2. A young man's mother is bitten by a Sarmatan rat monkey. She gets sick and dies. At the time, she watches it come back to life. And eating dogs nurses friends. Have you not watched this? I haven't. I'm getting there. Okay. Ephemerate, sure. That's trample though, so we'll negate this. Negate those Lunarch veteran effects. Yeah, I'll get to it eventually. It's on my watch list. I have a ginormous watch list for movies. Like absolutely absurd watch list for movies. Some of my favorite horror movies though would be like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original 74. Huge fan of it. Really like Rosemary's Baby. Really like The Devil's Rejects. Which is basically just Texas Chainsaw Massacre V2. Dang it. I was kind of relying on that. Well, guess what, opponent? I'm going to do it again. Rubber is fun too. Rubber is a weird movie. I'm indifferent on it. Like, I kind of like it and I kind of don't like it. Of course, Skyfisher. Repeat the same thing we did last time. Put it on the core Skyfisher. Maybe there was an argument for keep arresting here. I feel like we probably should have kept arresting. I kick arse for the Lord. Still one of my favorite movie quotes. What's that from? Oh yeah, I mean it's weird, but I love the idea. Yeah, the idea is fun. I think it's one of the movies where the idea is maybe a little bit better than the execution, but it's still not a bad movie. I don't own it. I'd probably have to find it relatively cheap for me to get it. That's from Brain Dead. Right on. I need to watch that. It's crazy to think Peter Jackson came from like gore flicks, you know? It's kind of how I feel like that you love the idea of the movie. It's like that's how I feel about Hostel. Like I love the idea of Hostel, the movie, but I think the execution of the movie is kind of lackluster. All right, I'm going to flick the arrestor here. Lock down one of these inspiring overseers for a turn. Ephemerate, goodness gracious. The execution is good, but I mean that's as far as you can go with the plot. True. I don't know. I feel like you could have made it a little bit more interesting. I think it leaned more into like super. That person who makes those movies, I've seen a couple of his other films. He's incredibly dry humored. Like I like a good dry humor, but he's like Sahara dry, and so sometimes it can make for moments. It's like, all right, let's move on. Let's get a little bit, you know, let's go forward a little bit. Yeah, where's our ephemerate? I get what you mean. Yeah. Quentin Duplex, I think so. I don't know if that's how you say his name, but it feels like that's how you say his name. Eli Roth. Yeah. Eli Roth is he's a director that he's had some good ideas and have made some things I really like. There's The Initiate. That's what I've been waiting on this whole time. But he's also had some really horrendous movies. He's doing the Borderlands movie though, like based on the game Borderlands. So I'm kind of excited to see what he does there, but I don't have the highest of hopes. Depending on what we draw, we might just scoop to The Initiate here. Well, we got to redraw. Um, oh nope. Because like I said, depending on what we draw here, ephemerate is kind of cool. All right, so let's ephemerate the arrestor here. Dang it, we shouldn't have done that. We should have ephemerated like the aviary mechanic, target the arrestor. I guess it doesn't matter, right? Lock down the paladin here. Um, attack, attack. Prismatic strands. All right, I'm just gonna scoop. I'm gonna scoop to the underworld city there. There's not much of a reason to continue on there, because of that. That's why I think it's better just to scoop there. I don't think we want prismatic strands and stuff against them. I think we're fine with just bringing in the festivities, and I think we can go down. Let's go down like last breath, for it, and let's go down. I don't mind having last breath really though. You know, I want to go down last breath. Maybe we just keep last breath. Hmm. You know. Huh. What do I want to go down then? Maybe we can go down a Dawn Charm. Not that crazy on that one. Let's go down. Let's go down one. Flickering that beetle seems dope. Our opponent's pretty cool in chat. Let's gotta go down one more. Let's go down a. We're bringing in red, so I don't want to go down Navigator's Compass or Abundant Growth. I like Reinforcement because they have a lot of removal spells. Let's go down a. Let's go down a Blast Breath. I like that. See how that works. But yeah, you guys got me talking about movies. I can just talk about movies all day. This hand is a mulligan. Jeezy Pete. The land in this deck is horrendous. I don't understand what's going on with it. Alright, I'm just gonna have to keep this. Keep this, bottom you. We can actually play the Dust Shell Crawler. I'm just gonna bottom one of the Core Sky Fishers. Jeezy Pete's. For like a two color deck, we are like having a rough go at these colors here. Or I guess not even the colors, just getting land. Oh, come on. I bottomed you. There's 2 in the deck. I still think that's a bug in Moto. Can someone tell me if that's a bug? The mulligan, but it goes back on top of your deck. That happens so many times. Might lean towards Wildfire to ramp and fix for mana since it's 3 colors. Makes 3 colors really doable. True. It's not a bug, that's karma, I guess. Well, karma for what? What did I do? Yeah, this has been a rough little chunk of games here for this land. Lunarch Veteran, sure. Land. Oh, come on. Well, we have the infestivities. We can end their party when they start dumping out a lot of critters. Ephemerate doesn't protect them from it. In comes in Lunarch Veteran. Sure. Come on, land. Ash Barrens. Like maybe we should have some Ash Barrens in the deck. Our opponent's like, how many lanes are you running? I'm like, 20? All right. It's a little risky, but I get it with all the draw effects. I'm at 22 with aided spirited companions. Might still go up a few. 22 might be where I need to be. We can go up 2 Ash Barrens for the deck. That way we can find our lanes we need. I still don't know if we want to end the festivities here yet. Hey, we did it. Core Skyfisher, pick up Abundant Growth. Try to start drawing some more cards. We're doing it. We're drawing the cards. I do think we need to go up 2 lands though after this match. Because we want to be like at 4 because we're going to try to cast multiple cards at once. So, womp womp. I knew that was coming. That's what I wanted to see. The problem is Lunarch Veteran comes back super easily though. But we have more in the festivities in the sideboard, so. Let's top deck a land. Nope. All right, well. Land? Hey, we did it. Feel as though maybe one Stonehorn would be good for this. Never works. Stonehorn might be good. Yeah, Stonehorn Dignitary. I don't have any, though. I'd have to order some. But, yeah, it could work. End? Oh, yeah, I'm going to end the festivities here, probably in the attack step. I was hoping they'd play, like, a critter or something. Do something different with their mana, but... yeah, we're going to ending the festivities. That's a sorcery? I didn't know that was a sorcery. I thought that was my entire time ever playing, I've always thought this was instant speed. Well then. All right. Navigator's Compass. Sure. I'm on a Navigator's Compass here. Gain 3 life. All right. Now that we know that is a sorcery, let's end the festivities, and then we can Ardent Element pick up the in the festivities again. If we get lucky and draw an untap land, we can Ardent Element and in the festivities all at once. Because my guess is they're probably going to bring back their Lunarch veterans here. Yeah, so we could Ardent Elementalist pick back up in the festivities, which would be really awesome. Nope. All right. We could Lava Coil. We could Aviary Mechanic to try to pick up a land. I kind of like that play. Let's Mechanic here, try to pick up land with abundant growth. I'm not going to always yes, because we could say no to it. It says a lot about the opponent's deck that we're still alive. I suppose so. Although our opponent's in a grindy mid-range deck, so like that's also fair to say, like our opponent is just, you know, trying to grind and ping you with little stuff. So there is that to think about. We find last breath and Lava Coil, but I think we'd be better off with Ardent Elementalist and trying to find in the festivities for another time. If I was them, I would just attack with the 2 flying. Yep. Also worth noting they could close the game out real quick if they wanted to, because they have that pump spell. We could top deck in the festivities V2, which would be really solid. All right, well, that's the question now. Is if we play the Ardent Elementalist pick up in the festivities, do we just die this turn? It's our only good play we have. I mean, we have Last Breath and Lava Coil, I guess. I guess we could Lava Coil the Inspiring Overseer, and then Last Breath in response to Ephemerate. But then they still have 2, like a 1/1, you know? I'm just gonna pick up in the festivities here. And just wish we had a land. I want to attack with Aviary Mechanic because we can't block with it anyway, and I'm fine if they want to trade off here, because they could just block and Ephemerate. No, they're just gonna take it. Next turn we can end the festivities, draw some cards hopefully. That's interesting. Comes back as Lunarch Veteran. That's pretty good, because then they have the Luminous Phantom again. But we do have lava coil. We're going to try to lava coil one of the Lunarch veterans here. So that way it's exiled. It'd be really nice if we could draw an untapped land, though. They did slow their clock down a little bit, which is kind of cool. Must be just wanting to draw a card off a Spirited Companion, or maybe just gain some life. I'm fine with this trade-off, because they want to bring it back, we can exile it. Lava Coil. Become a mountain. Our opponent's got this because we're going to go to clock. Otherwise, I should have done one of the forests there. I guess they got it with the pump spell, couldn't they? Last breath, you. And then we can Azorius Arrestor and Reinforcements next turn. Like, I feel like we're starting to stabilize, but we might just be too late. You know what I mean? They just had the other Lunarch veteran in hand. That's rough. Alright. Navigator's Compass. Gain some life. Arrestor. Arrest the Phantom. Attack for 2. Then we reinforcements on their turn. Sure. Yep, then we just reinforcements on their turn. Yield to instep. We might both go to time. I guess they're not too far off the time of us either. Let's block here. Reinforcement. You, and you. You, and you. Ardent Elements, Elementalist. Pick up in the festivities. The festivities and pass. Nice. Well, next turn we can flick the Ardent Elementalist and play Lone Missionary. Excuse me. This has been a crazy game. Nope. Can't flick that now. Well, let's play the Core Skyfisher. I want to play the Core Skyfisher on value, so let's Lone Missionary first. Yield through turn. This has been a crazy grindy match, man. Cast down. Yep. There's the paladin. Don't think we're going to get there. We fought the good fight. We still might get him on time because we've taken the clock from him. For what that's worth. Lone missionary. I guess we picked up the arrestor. I thought we picked up the other flick. Arrestor, arresting the paladin potentially. Nope. Ephemerate. All right. They got us. I want to put more land in. I'm going to put in 2 Ash Barons. We're going to go down a I don't like this Last Breath card. I'm going to go out Last Breath for it. Try that. Let's see how we do if we have more lanes in the deck. I just don't like I don't like the idea of Last Breath very well. Alright, should be changed on Moxfield. Jesus Christ, it's the same thing again. Who's on the play? They are. I'll keep it if we're going to be on the draw. Alright, cool. I don't want to play Abundant Growth and have to pitch a card, so I'm just going to pass. Slivers. Rutrow. Well, let's arrest this sliver here. Try to speed up a little bit here. Last Breath would be really bad in this matchup too. Matter of fact, we don't have very much super great here. How do we beat slivers? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Just Moment Piece and Prismatic Strains them to death and fly overhead, I think is all we have to do. I think it's the only way we beat them. Oh, there's Dawn Charm. Draw a card. Or Skyfisher. Rancor. Ephemerate. Lock him down on that one. Let him hit us for 3 on that one. Seeker of the Way? Well, that's interesting. Not a card I was expecting to see in slivers. Awesome, that was a good draw. Of course, Skyfisher here, pick up the arrestor. We'll just try to keep him on lock for a minute. Seeker looks very, very, very bad in a creature deck. It does, doesn't it? I guess maybe you're just using the muscle creatures. Okay. Huh. Yeah, maybe you're just using the muscle creatures. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but I feel like we have a very bad setup for this deck. Probably for the burn matchup. Oh, yeah, I guess, with lifelink. Gee, they have another one. Our opponent has Nutzoids. I want to Abundant Growth to try to draw a card. Probably just Dawn Charm here, honestly. That's kind of cool. We have all the Arresters, though, which is pretty funny. Attack you for 2 in the air. Our opponent is down to 1 card, though. But still, the deck now has 2 things bad. Badly, true. Yeah, all we do is fog them and kill them in the air. That's the only thing we have to do. Flashback's pretty good. Like, that seems like a pretty good card for a Prowess deck. 1, as many creatures as possible. 2, as many spells as possible. True. Like I said, they could just be playing, like, this could just be a green-white deck that is relying on slivers as just cheap muscle, using the slivers that +1/+1 each other as cheap muscle. Be my guess. Is kind of what's going on here. Our opponent's hellbent. Our opponent just has crazy cards. Arrest the Rhino. Arrest the Prowess dude. Oh, that's the wrong card. I picked the wrong one. Whoops. Attack for 2 in the air. It's the only problem, just 8 slivers, the only ones that are +1/+1s. Yeah, that's what I figured. Just cheap value creatures, you know? Alright. Prismatic Strands comes in, Moment's Peace comes in. And that's pretty much it. We can go down Lava Coil. Potentially kill something, I guess. I'm fine with going down Reinforcements here. I'm also fine with going down... I don't know, we gotta cut 3 things. This is where it's hard to figure out what to cut. I'm fine with cut 1 Navigator's Compass. Maybe we just cut Navigator's Compass. I don't like that though. They have Rancor, but Rancor always comes back. I might just cut 2 of the Dawnbringer Clerics too. Run it like that. Try to rely on our fogs and stuff to get us the game while we ping them in the air. Yeah, this is okay, I guess. It's not like the most exciting thing, but Thriving Heath, pick Forest and pass. We can turn 2 Arrester. Turn 3. I don't know. I guess we'll see what we draw. Land. Alright, I'm just gonna start down a Core Skyfisher here. Pick up the planes and pass. Next turn, Dust Shell Crawler on Core Skyfisher. Then we just keep flicking the Dust Shell Crawler. That card is so annoying. Seeker of the Way is so good. Such a good card. Prismatic Strands is also a really good card. Dust Shell Crawler. The counter on Core Skyfisher. Attack you for 3 in the air. Pass. Next turn, we play Core Skyfisher, pick up the Dust Shell Crawler, then Dust Shell Crawler, and then we hide behind Prismatic Strands and Arrestor. Hopefully forever. I guess it really depends on what our opponent does and how crazy our opponent's start is. Like, last start was crazy. They just had Seeker of the Way, Muscles. I'm not going to block here in case they can pump it. I don't want to lose our Dust Shell Crawler. They have a second Seeker of the Way. Wow. That card gets super annoying super quick. So second prism. Okay, so we just hide behind Prismatic Strands for the next couple turns. I don't even think we play the Core Skyfish here. I think we literally just hold back Prismatic Strands, then play like the Core Skyfisher, pick up the Dust Shell Crawler, tap that Core Skyfisher for Prismatic Strands, and then we just try to keep Prismatic Stranding them. I think that's our only way we get there. I mean, a 3/4 is a good clock. Sure. They have a bunch of flashback cards too. Our opponent's deck is cool. I like our opponent's deck quite a bit. We might be able to just out annoy them though, you know. We might not even Dust Shell Crawler again. We might just Prismatic Strands. White. Opponent's playing on a budget. Yeah, probably, but their deck is still really cool. I like their deck a lot, Anderson. That was not a card I wanted to see. That's a card. Alright, I'm going to attack you for 3 in the air again. I'm going to play the Core Skyfisher. We can Prismatic Strands. Um, Our opponent's deck is really cool, though. I like it a lot. Yep. Another Sliver Pump. They could flashback Travel Preparations. Just see what they do. I'd love to have another land so we could double spell Moment's Peace and like Dust Shell Crawler next turn. Homestead Courage. Sure. We still currently have a faster clock than them. But again, if we get an untapped land, that's going to be even better for us. Flashback from white again. I'll take the 4 from the Predatory Sliver. We just don't want them drawing cards. We draw an Arrestor. Alright, attack them for 5 in the air. Might just Moment's Peace them. We're just kind of hoping they can't do anything with our core sky fishers. Kind of all we're hoping for here. Flashing back. Bajillion triggers. Oh. Moment's peace. All right, they scoop it up. We got their game too. Just run it back. We need to do that exact same thing again. Exactly the same way we did it there. I do think 22 lands is where we want to be at with this deck, though. 22 lands feels really good. Although I still think we're not drawing a ton of land, but we're drawing better. I'm going to keep. I'm not crazy in love with this hand. They mulled a 5, which makes me feel better about Prismatic Strands. But I'm not like super duper in love with this hand. Draw another land. I don't want to play the Abundant Growth here. I'm just going to pass. We could Abundant Growth next turn. There's a Sliver. Well, lands are feeling a lot better this turn. We don't have very many 1-drops, so like again, let's play the Abundant Growth, draw a card. Core Skyfisher's awesome. Five cards, and all they need was slivers. Feel that. Love slivers. Opponent's got a pretty quick clock. Alright. Now we're starting to get flooded a bit. Core Skyfisher, pick up the Abundant Growth, play the Abundant Growth. Next turn we can Dust Shell Crawler. We're going to take a ton of damage here, though. Prismatic Strands, okay, that's a little good. Prismatic Strands a little bit awkward because we can't kill the Predatory Sliver very well. And they had the muscle too. Jeezy Pete's. Damn, just wrecked mono red turn. What was you playing? That's awesome. Speaking of wrecked. Playing Abundant Growth here. Unfortunately, we're very close to just dying here. Which sucks. Another Prismatic Strands. I wish you were Moment's Peace. Okay. We're going to have Prismatic Strands this turn. Next turn, we can Dawnbringer's Cleric, Prismatic Strands again. Holy smokes. All the slivers. Prismatic Strands on green. We're going to take 5 here. Man, when you mulligan to 5, but you have Affinity slivers, is pretty good. Down to 4. We're going to try to kill this sliver here. And probably just play Dawnbringer's Cleric. Bloop, bloop. Cast down you. Okay. And then we can play Dawnbringer's Cleric and then another Abundant Growth. Let's gain 2 life. Abundant Growth. Draw a card. Safe Passage. Okay, cool. Attack you with Core Skyfisher. Our opponent somehow still has 2 cards in hand. A spicy list. I'll give it to you once I tried it out a bit. Okay, cool. You can send links in the Discord. In the Discord, there's a forum page that allows you to put the deck lists in. So check that out. Flashback. Prismatic Strands. Green. What's nice is we have good mana, so we can actually start pumping our Core Skyfisher. Another Muscle Sliver? Holy smokes. They're just all in on the sliver pumps, and then they just have other good value critters along the way. Yeah, Dusk Shell Crawler. Put it on the Core Skyfisher. Attack you for 3. Pass. Play Prismatic Strands. In comes in the Dorks. Prismatic Strands. Green. Don't take anything here. They play Lunarch Veteran. That's a weird card to see. Get a land. Play Dust Shell Crawler on Core Skyfisher. Play the Arrestor. Arrest the Lunarch Veteran. Attack for 5. We can tap down the Arrestor to play Prismatic Strands, and then we have Safe Passage for another turn, but we're not quite there yet. We really need a top deck like, well, I guess Moment's Peace would get us there, but we need a top deck something pretty good. It's very similar to the deck you're playing with a combo package in it. Ooh, sounds interesting. Definitely interested in that, Pigeon. Rancor. Rancor. That's pretty good, giving it vigilance. So that way they can go in with everybody and it doesn't matter. Flashback. And they have a good blocker. Green. We have Safe Passage. But like I said, we need to draw like our Moment's Peace. Another Core Skyfisher would be really good. Wouldn't be the best, but it would be good. Because we would Core Skyfisher, flick the Abundant Growth, draw more cards. That was a bad draw. Attack you for a 4/5. Still might get there. Really depends on what we draw this turn, though. They're crazy enough to attack with most everything. Come on. Top deck a kill spell. Another predatory sliver. Well, that keeps our dudes on ground from going in. It's pretty good, but it doesn't get there, unfortunately. We one shy. We just keep fogging them. If they couldn't, if they wouldn't have gained a life with that Lunarch veteran. Again, Moment's Peace will do it. I say, yeah, there's no reason to swing with team. You have lethal presented in just a couple critters. But with this attack, if they do this, I get to keep one of these dudes. They don't get any damage in, and they basically just time walk themselves. They basically just fog themselves a turn. I think that attack probably lost him the game. Yep. Well, that just locked it in, didn't it? Keep up Dawn Charm for Core Skyfisher, and then we have Moment's Peace to just walk him. Yeah, that attack lost him the game. Well, we didn't have a good way to fight their creatures, but you play 10, 8 copies of, like, fogs, and apparently that's good enough. Moment's Peace. Yep, that was it. That was it. That is all she wrote. I started the stream a little bit earlier today. I don't know if I'm going to get into another game. I might not. I might actually work on a video that I have to work on. Let's talk about this deck real quick. I like this deck. I definitely think we need to be at 22 lands. I think 22 lands is pretty important. It's weird playing a bunch of one-ups like we are. Arrestor was sweet. I like Arrestor quite a bit. There's actually a pretty good argument for just like having Moment's Peace and Prismatic Strands in the deck. But if you're playing against a non-very creature-heavy deck, it doesn't really matter that much. I think Arrestor gets there. Removal spells, Cast Down's good. Lava Coil was okay. Ardent Elementalist, when we got it, was good. I'll be honest, I don't like this deck. I don't think this deck has much potential. I mean, I think it's okay. Like, we got the mana fixed, you know, and it ran a little bit better. We beat a super aggressive white-green aggro deck. If you think about something like Burn, let's talk about the tier decks, what this deck would do against tier decks, at least in my opinion. Yeah, Burn, right? Well, we don't have a ton of cards that would help against the Burn matchup. Yeah, we have life-gaining stuff, but we don't have a way to close out the game enough for burn. Personally, would have just ran Naya Fetch. Yeah. Dust Shell and Mechanic felt underwhelming in my opinion. I like Dust Shell Crawler. I thought Dust Shell Crawler was cool over Ash Barons at least. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I just put in Ash Barons because my thought was like you have the basic land cycling, but then also you can just Navigator's Compass it. You know what I mean? Comes in untapped. That was my thought process behind just putting in Ash Barons. I do like Dust Shell personally. I thought Dust Shell was cool. It's a little slow, but I thought it was cool. Mechanic, the Aviary Mechanic is just a worse version of Core Skyfisher. But I do like the ability that it's a May ability. Like, you don't have to trigger it. I think Arrestor was a standout. Arrestor was really strong, it feels like. Core Skyfisher is obviously really good. Reinforcements felt pretty good, but I was also a little underwhelmed by it. Like, there was one matchup where we could reinforcements with Ardent Elementalist and try to use multiple copies of In the Festivities, but also it like you can only do up to 3. You don't have to do 3. I guess I thought you had to do 3. So you could do just up to 3, so you could just put Ardent Elementalist on top of your deck and then not worry about it anymore. But yeah, I do like Dusk Shell Crawler. I thought that was pretty good. I think Core Skyfish are really good. The one Lone Missionary was I feel like you might want more copies of that. Sure, you can flick it, but you know what I mean? Dawn Charm was pretty okay. I thought it was pretty decent. The mechanic, like I said, it's just like a worse version of Core Skyfisher. I do like having Core Skyfisher and the mechanics to bounce Abundant Growth to draw more. It would play Gates. The Dust Shell would probably be a lot better. That is true. If you had the Gates in the deck, it probably would be better. Lone Missionary should maybe go to sideboard. Maybe, but we got a pretty packed sideboard. You know what I mean? Reality, you can probably go down 1 reinforcements and go up a Lone Missionary. I feel like just having a 1 of makes it kind of pointless, where maybe if you had more of it. You know, the idea is we're like time walking and flicking Elementalist. So maybe like you go out the Lone Missionary, go up the Elementalist. So you can like keep flickering Elementalist, you know, to get back your more relevant cards. Yeah, I feel like you want to go up an Ardent Elementalist. Like, we barely ever got to the point to where we could actually like play it. Like, there was only one game where we actually get cast it, right? So there's an argument for that, to go up it. I guess you have Prismatic Strains for the burn matchup, right? Affinity, you don't really have anything for Affinity other than Dust to Dust on the side, which would be really good with Ardent Elementalist. I feel like you should go up an Ardent Elementalist. You know? Personally. Go up that and just go out Lone Missionary altogether. So I feel like, even like if you look at your sideboard strats, like this is kind of an important card. We just like never had it. I still think the Arrestor's good though. I like the Arrestor quite a bit. I don't mind. You know what? What time is it? 11:47. Let's just try to run one more quick game. The 1-ofs without any tutoring feels a bit clunky. Yeah, a little bit. Let's just try to run one more with the going out the Lone Missionary, going up the Elementalist if we can. If anybody in chat wants to jump in, oh, bait. We got one. I was gonna say, if ever I'm waiting in a queue and you guys would want to jump in and play, feel free to. And I don't care if you stream snipe. I don't care that much. Just as a heads up, yeah, if you guys ever want to, this is not a good hand. Be a better hand if one of these was a forest. Imagine we had tutors and pauper, right? Okay, this is better. Keep this. Bottom, probably safe passage. Lead on Compass and go. We can Core Skyfisher pick. Well, if we pick Compass up, that's not very good, is it? Don't know. We have kind of, what are the mystical teachings, and we have some transmute cards, so we have a little bit. We don't have like a demonic tutor or anything, but wish you had downshift, open the armory. It would make the Boris equipment deck a million times better. Is that the equipment fetch card? The arrestor would have been a lot better. I'm just gonna core Skyfisher pick up one of the planes here. Thriving Grove, what's that? White green? 1/1 white tutor for equipment. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I didn't know what the CMC was, but that's what I thought it was. You can use Evolving Wilds as a tutor. It's called it is called cheating though. It's true. That is true. Are we playing slivers again? Is that what's happening again? Ephemerate's kind of cool. Ephemerate's actually kind of a lot of cool. Let's forest you. Dust Shell Crawler. Put a token on Core Skyfisher. Next turn we can I would like to have another land. Oh great, more slivers. I know, what's up with slivers coming back? I like it. I've always liked slivers, so let's see more of them. Let's go. Is this where they dump their hand though? Must be Mailman. It's a little late for mail. And Predatory Sliver. Sure. I would love a top deck land here. Untap land. Hey, ask and you shall receive. So we can arrest one of these slivers. Or we can play Score Skyfisher, pick up Dust Shell Crawler, or we can arrest, ephemerate, put a counter, ephemerate next turn. Okay. So rest one of you. Ephemerate you. What is our dog going nuts about? This is me being lazy and just pulling up my camera system. Rather than like actually getting up to look. Attack for 4 in the air. Our cameras aren't on. Aren't they on? Oh, so I was out mowing. I think it might be a semi in the road. Hold on, I'm just gonna go look. I'll be right back. Sorry, opponent. It's some kind of like semi-delivery truck. I don't know if they're like delivering like it kind of looks like a double wide or something. But I'm not sure. I imagine they attack for 3 here, right? Either that or they dump their hand, which I'm fine with just taking this. Honestly. Yeah, I'm fine with taking 6 here. An untapped land would be nice, just so we could re-arrest her. A weird word to say. Yep. Because we can ephemerate something. I don't know. Do I want to ephemerate the dust shell crawler or do I want to ephemerate the arrestor? If I knew what we were gonna draw here, that'd be the question, you know? Can only arrest one, so I'm just gonna ephemerate the crawler here. Put another counter on this Coarse Skyfisher. Coarse Skyfisher becomes a 5/6. Coarse Skyfisher. We pick up the dust shell crawler, it gets even bigger, and then we can just start trading off their dudes. Turn you into a forest. I like this. And then we just hold back and then hopefully start chumping their critters off. We will make their critters a lot smaller, but at the same time, we're not in a great spot here. That Ardent Elementalist would be kind of absurd here to pick up Ephemerate. Winding Wave found a ton of slivers, including one that has flying. It gives them all flying. All right. Oh, we have still a 6/7 flyer. What else did they find? Another predatory sliver and another sidewinder sliver. I guess they only have one, but well, our 6/7 flyer just got a lot smaller. And flanking. All right. I think we're just dead here. I'm just going to scoop. Bring in what we brought in last time. Let's go down the... We can just go, I'm just going to cut the compass out. We'll cut the compass out, cut the reinforcements out. Slivered? Yeah, I guess. My goodness. We tried. We were trying. Like, I feel like that wasn't like a bad hand for us, but our opponent had the Nutsoid hand. That's for sure. One day next week, I'm probably going to do a... we're going to do a Lord of the Rings overview set, like I did with March of Machines. I don't think they're all spoiled yet. Are they? Yep, they're all spoiled, it looks like. So yeah, sometime next week we'll sit down and look over the Lord of the Rings set. See what there is. I would like to go first, and this is not a bad hand. I'm going to keep. We can get to the Ardent Elementalist. That'd be really cool. So far, our opponent doesn't have quite the hot of a start as they did last time. Thriving Heath is okay for us. Draw a card. Pass. Pass here. Next turn we'll Coarse Skyfisher and then replay the Abundant Growth. trying to find land to Lamb. Try to find a land here to pick stuff up with. We can get to this Ardent Elemental. We have 4 turns. Hey, that's pretty good. We'll have 4 turns of so I don't even think we need to replay the Abundant Growth here. I'd rather just get the tap land down. We'll have 4 turns of Moment's Peace. Well, 3 turns, I should say. I don't know. How many turns can we get out of Abundant Growth? Not Abundant Growth, of Moment's Peace. We have the Moment's Peace, Ardent Elementalist, Ephemerate. Play that, and then you pick up Moment's Peace, right? Then you Ephemerate it. I don't know. We'll see how this works. See how this stacks for us here. Get in a fast game here real quick. Yeah, right. By the way, feel free to message me on Discord, Twitter if you want to talk about emotes. I've got a few. I got some free time tomorrow and this week, so I'll probably draw a bit. I'd love to give it a try. Yeah, I'll reach out to you on Discord. I'll probably message you like at work or something about them. Cool. Cool. Lamb, buddy, give it a break. I like that one defiant, like Bark would be like, no. We can Abundant Growth. Draw a card. Let's do that. Let's draw a card here. Sweet. Okay. Just gonna play the Aviary Mechanic here and pick back up the Abundant Growth. All right, my brain's not processing this all here. Maybe I shouldn't have played the Aviary Mechanic there. Maybe I should just Moment's Peace this turn. Probably should just Moment Peace this turn. All right, so I'm playing a 4 package of Abundant Growth right now. Didn't get to draw a single one in 3 games. Yeah, that's how my draws have felt. Like, we have 4 ofs, and it's like we don't ever see them. Now we'll be fine. I think so. So we can Moment's Peace next turn. Ooh. We can Moment's Peace next turn, and then we can start Ardent Elementaling them. We also have Cast Down for what it's worth. So yeah, we can Moment's Peace. Hold on, I gotta think this through. We Moment's Peace. And then we Ardent Elementalist. Pick up the Moment's Peace. We could play Cast Down here too. I think we might play Cast Down here too. Because then we can pick Cast Down up too. We don't have black for Cast Down because we picked up Abundant Growth. Never mind. I just realized that. In comes in everybody. They got to trigger 1,000,000 provokes. Well, if we draw an untap lane, we can play Abundant Growth too. That'll be nice. Moment's Peace. I think we have infinite Moment's Peace now. Hold on. Does that not work? We can't cast. So we need an untapped land to cast a Moment's Peace off of the Ardent Elementalist, right? Hold on. Elementalist picks up Moment's Peace. Then we're down a land. Let's play Abundant Growth here. Let's draw a card. That's pretty good. All right. So we can cast down. Trying to figure out how we win through this. We Ardent Elementalist. We have Ephemerate. We can cast down and just Moment's Peace them. I don't know how we play this. We can't cast down a Moment's Peace. So we just Ardent Elemental this, hold up Ephemerate, and try to chump block everything. I think we were a land too shy. Yeah, I think we were a land too shy. We just lose to that, right? All right, I'm going to scoop. I don't think we're going to win that. I think I was off. Maybe I played that wrong. Maybe I structured that wrong, but I definitely think we want the third Ardent Elementalist in this deck for sure. It feels like we do. But regardless, we kind of went over this deck already. We just crammed one more game in. I definitely think you want the third Ardent Elementalist though. But yeah, fun little deck. I kind of like it. I still hate Ephemerate, but it's a good card, and I don't mind it as much when I'm casting as opposed to when it's being cast against me. But you know, there's that. I'm gonna bounce for today. Tomorrow, I don't know what we're playing tomorrow, to be honest with you. I'm gonna look and see. What I might do too is have everybody in the members Discord maybe vote on what we play next. Put in a couple decks that's on our list and see what they vote for. We could do that. Pigeon, I'll get a hold of you on Discord. My thoughts about Ephemerate exactly. My thought about a lot of cards. I'll get a hold of you about emotes. If you want to become a member, it's a great way to support the channel. It's $1 a month or $12 for the year, but you have to pay it monthly. It gives you custom emotes. Your name turns green in chat, which is kind of cool. You also get a little badge next to your name of my TMS logo. And you also get access to the Discord server. That's members only. That has been a pretty fun, like little like brewing center currently. And you also get your name before and after the stream. You'll see it if you hang around for a second after the stream, or you'll see it whenever I go live and you're hanging out for me to start up. Also, supporting the channel freely is a great way to do so, to support the channel as well, by subscribing, liking, commenting, or sharing the videos. All that goes a long way as well to help the channel out. Have a good day / awesome stream as per usual. Thank you, Darius. You also have a wonderful day. Everybody have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow. I think what I'm going to do is maybe we'll start having Thursdays be a Discord voting day on what deck we play next. I think that's what we'll do. I'm going to do that. I'm going to throw up a poll on Discord. So if you want to get in on the action, become a member. It'll link down in the description. Consider becoming a member. And that's what we'll play tomorrow. And then Friday, we're going back to the Esper Blade, the Esper Artifact lifelink deck. So I think that's what we'll do. And y'all have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll catch you later. Take it easy. Peace.